Good morning, YouTubians. It's Chemist Coast. It's Monday. It's a Blu-ray release day. But before, actually, I've got to decide which HMV I'm going to go to. I'm slap bam in the middle of two. Got Worthing and Eastbourne. Both have a HMV. Both equally as appealing. Before I decide which one I'm going to go to, I'm actually going to go to another place called Woodingdean and show you a little bit of history. Yes, a little bit of history. I'll explain more when I get there. Now, what is being released today? Well, there's nothing particularly that I am after. However, I say that there are titles I want. There's two releases. I don't think HMV are going to get it because last time they're Warner Archive releases, and last time I went in and ordered them from store, it took about 4 weeks for them to get in. So I may have to order them online because my usual store isn't open, and I don't want to sort of bother the staff at HMV in Worthing or in Eastbourne. So I'll do that online, and I don't they may be pushed back, I don't know, but either way I will have titles to show you. I've got one that I've imported, one that I picked up from CEX during the week, and actually I do have an archive title to show you that I picked up a couple of weeks ago. So there'll be at least 3 titles at the end of this one. Gonna go and grab a coffee and I'll show you what's out, and obviously I'll take you back and show you what I picked up. So let's head up to Woodingdean and look at this object, man-made object of interest in Brighton. Let's go. Okay, so here I am in Woodingdean, Brighton. Over that hill there is the General Hospital, which is key to the item I'm about to show you, because that hospital used to be a workhouse. What I'll do is put a picture up in the corner for you, and what I'm about to show you is the deepest hand-dug water well on the planet. That's right, the planet. It was the water supply to that workhouse, and construction started in 1858 and took 4 years to reach a depth of 1,285 feet. It took the workers each day 45 minutes to get to the base to start digging. That is a depth equivalent to the height of the Empire State Building in New York. And here it is, without a single plaque telling people of the labour involved in such a feat of engineering. The well is completely full to the brim with water, which is great, but unfortunately you can't get an idea of the depth from here. But you can look this up online. It is a massive achievement, but there's nothing here to mark its existence, which is a shame when you consider the work and sacrifices involved. So I'm just going to point out before I get in that there's not a lot on release today. The Warner Archive releases have been pushed back a month, which is annoying, but it's out of my hands. Anyway, over to new and trending. The guy on the left there is thrown out for shoplifting just as I got in the door. So the first release is the animated movie The Amazing Maurice. This is put out by Dazzler Media. It's got a very good voice cast. You've got Amelia Clark, Gemma Arterton, David Thewlis, Hugh Laurie and Hugh Bonneville. It's got a runtime of 86 minutes. It's $14.99 for the Blu-ray, $7.99 for the DVD. DVD comes in a nice gold case. Why can't the Blu-ray come in a gold case? So next is Picnic at Hanging Rock. This is a mystery period drama made in 1975. There are 2 cuts to this movie. The story is of a school teacher and 3 schoolgirls who go missing on a trip to Hanging Rock in Victoria, Australia in the year 1900. This is directed by Peter Weir. Now, he is a great director. He made The Truman Show, Mosquito Coast, Dead Poet Society and Master and Commander, amongst others. Blu-ray is $19.99, it's a little bit steep. The limited 4K box set is $59.99 and it is heavy. There was a 4K release, but I forgot to film it, sorry. Next is Deep Impact from 1998, same year as Armageddon. I prefer this film, but obviously I do like them both. This stars Robert Duvall, Tia Leone, Elijah Wood, Vanessa Redgrave and Morgan Freeman. And this film is set a little bit more in reality than Armageddon. This is priced at $19.99. Next is God of Gamblers from 88 Films. This is an action comedy drama from 1989 and it stars Chow Yun-fat and it's about a gambler who loses his memory and gets taken in by a street hustler. This has got a runtime 127 minutes and is $19.99. In the television section now, and we have the first season of For All Mankind. This is a show about what if. It tells the future as if Russia won the space race and landed on the moon first. This has 10 episodes and aired in 2019 and is yours for $24.99. And with that, we have Season 2. And these are put out, by the way, by Dazzler Media. And if they confirm that Season 3 is going to get released, then I will be picking these up myself. Again, $24.99. And here you can see the spines line up nicely. Okay, next one is Chapelwaite, again from Dazzler Media. Great little label, they put out a lot of cool titles. Now this is based on a short story called Jerusalem Lost by Stephen King, and it stars Adrian Brody as a captain of a whaling ship. There are 10 episodes of this, and it's priced at $24.99. Okay, so a quick look over the shelves of CEX in Worthing. Quite well stocked, this store. I wasn't sure if it was going to be open today at the time I was visiting, but luckily it was. So let's have a look, see what they've got. So I did notice they had a copy of Speed 2 Cruise Control. I know it's not the best film. I do have an itch to watch this. It is out of print. Maybe I'll pick this one up. I also noticed this box set. I do love these indicator box sets. I do have 13 Ghosts though. £42 isn't bad for this set. It is in pretty good condition as well. The box set is limited to 6,000 copies. Maybe another time. Blimey, when you look at the state of this, I cannot believe they have the nerve to sell this Universal Monsters box set in this condition and ask for £20 for it. That is absolutely appalling. Put that back. Sons of Anarchy, seasons 1 to 5 for £10 is pretty good if you don't mind getting the rest separately, and that works out quite cheap to do it that way. This digipack of the Persuaders is now out of print, going for around 60 quid. I know Network just put out an Arrow set for £40, so that's a good deal. Okay, this is the old Bruce Lee set. I know Arrow's putting out a new collection at £110, and it comes with an extra movie, Game of Death 2, but this will save you £65 if you get it this way. So I'm currently opposite the Worthing Pier, and I noticed this lovely picture, very reminiscent of the old saucy postcards you used to get on the seafront. Her thighs could crack a coconut. And this right here is the Dome Cinema on Worthing Seafront. You've got posters in the window there advertising Guardians 3 and Big George Foreman with Chris Davis playing George, Sullivan Jones playing Muhammad Ali, so I'm going to assume they're having the Rumble in the Jungle fight from 1974. I've also got a poster there of Harold Fry starring Jim Broadbent and Penelope Wilton, and that is one I'd like to see the most. The cinema itself dates back to April 15th, 1911. On the lower floors, they had a roller skating hall, but by 1921, movies had become much more popular and the cinema expanded into the lower levels. Within 10 years, Worthing had 4 more cinemas, but by 1969, the movie theatre was in dire need of repair. Fortunately for the town, the local communities raised funds and undertook much needed work and brought the building up to a Grade 2 listed status. In 1987, the movie Wish You Were Here was filmed, and they used this cinema as one of its locations, along with the surrounding areas. That film is getting a Blu-ray release towards the end of this month. The architect of this stunning cinema was Theophilus Arthur Allen, who lived from 1846 through to 1929, and he was paid £4,000 for his services, which is equivalent to $380,000 in today's money. Hey everybody, welcome back. Just 3 titles to show you today, none of which are new releases. One is from Germany, one is from CEX, and one I actually picked up from HMV a couple of weeks ago, but I'm going to mention it today, so let's crack on with it. Okay, so I'm going to start off with Straight Time. This is a neo-noir crime drama from 1978. It's got a really good cast, this one, starting off with Dustin Hoffman. He's playing Max Dembo. He is newly released from prison after serving 6 years for theft. His parole officer is Earl Frank, being played by M. Emmett Walsh. You'll probably know him from Raising Arizona, Catch Me If You Can, or even Christmas with the Cranks. That man is an incredible actor. He's been going for years, 88 years old, still going strong. Now, Max is given a job working at a factory. While he's there, he meets Jenny, played by Teresa Russell. She's a new secretary starting work there. Also, Willie Darren, a drug-using co-worker, played by Gary Busey. So no stretch acting-wise there for him on this occasion. Now, through a mistake on Earl's part, Max is kind of forced back into a life of crime. He soon teams up with an old accomplice, Jerry, played by Harry Dean Stanton, and they kind of pick up where they left off, starting robbing grocery stores and then moving on to a bank. This is a neo-noir, so as you would expect, it does not have a happy conclusion. Also stars Kathy Bates and Jake Busey. Told you I had a good cast, didn't I? It's got a runtime 114 minutes. Let's take a look inside. So inside there is a plain blue disc. So that was Straight Time from the Warner Archive collection. Okay, next one I actually picked up from CEX, and it is Gumshoe. It's on the Indicator label. It's a black comedy from 1971, directed by Stephen Frears. Now, he's the director who brought us Dangerous Liaisons, High Fidelity, The Queen, all very different films. but this was his first feature film, and it stars Albert Finney as Eddie Ginley. He's a bingo caller from Liverpool who thinks of himself as a private detective in the style of Philip Marlowe or Sam Spade. And with that in mind, he advertises his services in the local paper as a PI and gets his first case, and he is completely out of his depth. This was made after Scrooge but before Murder on the Orient Express, and it also stars Billy Whitelaw from The Krays. In that, she played Violet Cray, the twins' mother. You've also got Caroline Seymour in this, and she starred in everything from Heart to Heart, Deep Space Nine, where she played Sub-Commander Taris, as well as other characters. Now, the film I thought was pretty good in places. There is a dip in sound quality in the scene when he's at the unemployment offices talking to Stracker, played by Fulton Mackay, aka Mr. Mackay from Porridge. That's his real name in the show as well. And also it stars Ken Jones from Porridge as well. He was Harbour Lives in that. Can you remember him? Anyway, it's got a runtime of 1 hour 25 minutes. Let's take a look inside. So this must have been the first release because it did come with a 40-page book. And the image from the front cover has been put onto the disc. Now, does that remind you of Peter Falk in Columbo? Because that's what I thought when I first saw it. And there is a very nice reversible cover with the Age logo removed. So that was Gumshoe from 1971. Okay, so next and last is a German import because it didn't get a UK release, which is a shame. It is A Man Called Otto, a comedy drama from last year, directed by Mark Forster. He's the man behind Quantum of Solace, Stranger Than Fiction, World War Z, and Christopher Robin, to name but a few. Now this stars Tom Hanks as the title character, Otto Anderson. Let's just say he's a cantankerous old bugger to everybody he meets, whether it's in the shops, his fellow neighbours, his soon-to-be ex-co-colleagues, everyone. But Otto, one day out of the blue, decides he's going to hang himself, but gets distracted by the neighbours moving in across the road. And his neighbours are Marisol, played by Mariana Trevino, and Tommy, played by Manuel Garcia Rolfo, who's actually worked with Tom before on the movie Greyhound, which also doesn't get a Blu-ray release. Now Otto reattempts to hang himself, but the mechanism fails and he falls to the ground. He does attempt it through other means through the film, but his neighbours and habitants always seem to get in the way. I'm not going to say any more than that. I will mention that Tom's actual son Truman is playing a younger version of Otto during the flashback scenes with his late wife Sonia, played by Rachel Keller, and this is a second film based on a book by Frederick Backman. This movie has got a runtime of 2 hours 6 minutes. Loved it. Let's take a look inside. This is a German copy, but unfortunately they did not reverse the cover. But the image from the cover has been put onto the disc. So that was A Man Called Otto, and I want to point out this got me quite emotional in places, so that is a sign of a very good movie in my opinion. Highly recommend this one. So that was it. If you've seen any of those films, plan to pick them up, or just want to leave a comment, then do so down below. I will read every single one and try to reply if I have the time. Give the video a thumbs up, it really does help the channel, and subscribe if you haven't. It's all free. Why wouldn't you? On that note, all that's left to say is thank you so much for choosing my channel today and watching my video. Take care, and see you all in the next one. Bye.